in the world's remotest corners, rely on their ability to hunt and forage directly from the wild. From ancient hunting skills passed down over countless generations, to prized delicacies found in hard-to-reach places.
There are very few other places that are as harsh and unsuitable for human habitation as this.
The Loba nomads, driving them to remote pastures scattered within the mountains. On long journeys, the Loba take what they consider one of the most desirable cuts, boiled yak head. Contains a thriving ecosystem with an abundance of food-gathering opportunities. The Waorani have depended on it for centuries. Here, even rotten logs can provide a goldmine of energy-boosting calories. Inside, I discover what we're looking for.
Oh my God, look at that huge beetle larva.
This might be a popular snack for the Waorani, but I have my doubts.
It's moving and it's got a big head and it's with jaws even. Come on. I wouldn't say that insect grubs are my favorite. And now just to swallow it, it's just gooey, but the crunchy head. A hive like that has thousands of individual bees. Their job is to protect their honey. They're not gonna let it go easy. I already feel them.
With no candy store in the rainforest,
Because these are biting bees. These bees are going to get into every hole, every orifice. They're gonna be all through our hair. We need to protect our ears if we can. We gotta go out, it's gonna fall this way. Oh my gosh, it's falling right now.
the tree gets stuck halfway down, and we can't reach the hive.
We have to identify all the different plants that are keeping this nest off the ground. They're really starting to come down now.
It's a mad panic to get the nest to the ground before we're all overcome.
It's not just one vine that's holding up this tree. It's gotta go fast.
It's my turn to step up and try to reach the hive.
They're all over, they're crawling all over me.
The closer I get to the hive, the more the bees attack. The more the bees attack.
They're everywhere. They're in my hair. All I can do is just crunch them up into my hair.
Finally, the tree is cut free. The beehive is ripped clear. Then it's a feeding frenzy to get at the honey.
It tastes like it's the most sour honey you've ever tasted. It's lemon flavored honey.
Harvesting it from a nest of angry bees is a risk that's worth the reward. On the remote Indonesian island of Siberut, the locals use different methods to get their food. This is the home of the Mentawai, a highly spiritual tribe of hunter-gatherers. Harvesting this airborne bounty is a dangerous business.
Yeah, it's a durian tree, and it's full of fruit. Durian fruit is pretty much a staple. Except this tree is probably 60 feet high.
A handy loop around my feet will allow me to clamp onto the trunk until I reach a proper handhold. If I fall here in this remote jungle, there's a real risk of serious injury.
That part's over.
But the payoff is worth it.
Oh, beautiful durian. The most dangerous part is getting down. These are prickly.
Weighing up to 7 pounds, each spiky fruit contains 5 segments.
And there it is, just like that.
Ripe durian gives off an odor a bit like raw sewage, and it's so strong that it's actually banned from some public areas in Southeast Asia.
This gooey, looks like egg yolks. Tastes like onion ice cream.
Seasonal fruits like this are a crucial part of the Mentawai diet. Mentawai culture is governed by a strict set of spiritual codes and taboos. Food is enshrined within these rituals. When the tribe builds a new longhouse, these impressive structures must be blessed with a completion ceremony. I was given the honor and responsibility of joining a hunting team on this important mission.
Yeah.
Loose clothing risks getting snagged in the undergrowth. Allow me to move more quickly through the forest. Whilst this headband is believed to create a mental pathway to the spirit world, we're heading deep into the Mentawai's ancestral hunting grounds. The tribe uses dogs to pick up the scent of any wild animals. Dogs get theirs. We won't stand a chance. The dogs are onto something.
That was a collective effort. That's what tribes do. It truly is the meaning of a tribe.
Lao Loom live in the heart of Lao, where one of the world's great rivers, the Mekong.
To survive here, you need to know how to hunt and trap fish in this wild water.
The Lao Loom have mastered the falls using suspended cables to venture where few others dare to go. Standing this close to such thundering power is breathtaking. The Lao Loom use the power of the water to their advantage.
This is a pretty good sized side channel of the main river. A perfect place to set a fish trap. You get funneled in through this cone, and they can't escape the trap. You can barely put your feet on the rocks below.
To hold the trap in position. But in these waters, nothing is easy.
Boat seemed pretty solid. Now, I just wait and see.
After a few hours, I return to check my trap. But as I grab hold of it, I'm suddenly swept downstream.
What a great haul!
Amazing! My trap is heavy with fish. Quick check tells me that none are endangered species.
Look at this huge catfish! It's a big carp!
Fish are an ideal energy source. It's a good catch, but I still have one final challenge to overcome.
Okay, I have all my fish.
The locals use high wires strung between the banks.
I came back with quite a catch.
The weight of my haul is stretching the distance between the two lines, making it harder to stay balanced. If it comes to it, I'll have to sacrifice my precious catch to save myself. I've made it. The daredevil fishing techniques of the Lao Loom have helped them thrive in the turbulent waters of the Mekong River. But it's far harder to find food in a sea that's frozen solid for 7 months of each year. To help gather enough food, some still practice an ancient scavenging method not done anywhere else on Earth. In spring, they take advantage of huge seasonal tides to venture under the sea ice in search of vital food gathered from the ocean floor. It leaves precarious chambers stacked between the ice and the seafloor.
Lucasy is one of the only people left food this way. All the young people in this village are too terrified to get under the sea ice.
We might be able to get both.
On the seafloor are thousands of blue mussels. But this smash and grab raid takes ingenuity and bravery. Lucasy is exploiting the brief time when the tide turns, known as slackwater, before the tide returns and we have to get out.
There's an abundance of food. Okay, it's given away. I can start to see.
Something.
Yeah, you see that? The hole is big enough just for us to squeeze through.
Lucasy is going down first to see if it's safe.
I don't like this at all.
Now it's my turn. Time to descend into the darkness.
Everything about this right now.
I enter a world that's hidden by tons of ice for 7 months of the year.
We've just timed this just perfectly. Otherwise, we would be under the water right now. And this is what it looks like under all this ice. This, which is what we're looking for. Mollusks.
They're a major source of vitamins, and Inuit consider them worth the risk.
This is the weakest part of tons and tons of ice that are over our head.
Getting trapped down here doesn't bear thinking about. I've got to put the dangers to the back of my mind and concentrate on the job at hand.
In the tight spaces between the rocks and underneath them.
The tide will soon be coming in. We have to work quickly and methodically.
You can just hear the ice shifting, and it's just echoing through this hall of ice. There's just so much life underneath all these rocks. Stuff's moving around all the time. You're just feeling around.
Hey, Hazen, the tide is coming up. We have to go.
We make our escape before the tide entombs us under the ice. And we've made it out with our bag of buried treasure.
All that seafood, and within a relatively short amount of time. If you try to and you get greedy, down there, you would pay the ultimate price.
The Inuit have learned how to turn their greatest enemy, the cold, into one of their greatest allies. In Namibia, the locals must find food under the blistering heat of the African sun. The San have roamed these animal-filled lands for over 20,000 years. Being around them is like stepping back in time to the earliest human hunter-gatherers.
There's a good breeze going right now. The water hole's there. All of our scent is being directed that way. This is good. Just a waiting game.
Patience is crucial in this method of food gathering. A successful stakeout is all about long periods of downtime.
Coming in from the east right now. This is the first bit of animal activity that we've seen all day.
It's exactly what we've been waiting for. This animal has enough meat to feed the village for weeks.
We've got to sit here perfectly still and be extremely quiet.
The San are ready with their poison-tipped arrows.
Up 2 arrows over there, but it didn't make a hit. It spooked the animal. It took off towards the bush a little bit, but I think it's coming back. Okay, the kudu's coming back.
Right now, the conditions are ideal.
If the kudu tries to look our way, it's just gazing right into the sun.
It's almost in range again.
We've waited so long for that animal.
That was the perfect setup. The kudu must have sensed them, and they're heading straight for us.
There's elephants coming right now.
We're safe for now, and better off out of there. Paul, and the elephants have brought our hopes of catching food at the waterhole to an end. Tuka has found a porcupine deep underground. A plan is hatched to get it out. After hours of digging, we have a tense wait. We're getting close.
Where I might have to kill an animal.
I've got nothing on my feet, but I've got to chase it down through the vicious thorn scrub. I've got it.
Able to have a spear through it, and I had to lock it into the ground because it kept running. I finally made this. This landscape is brutal. Everything is covered really hard. We're gonna bring this to the village.
The tribe's incredible array of hunting techniques helps keep food cooking on the struggle to find food is one of the oldest survival challenges faced by man. I've witnessed the extraordinary lengths people go to feed their families and continues to help indigenous people survive and even flourish across the globe.